going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And now I know I've been away for a few days, but we got a lot to get to, and I'm back and better than ever. And on today's show, on the wrestling side, we're going to talk about Goldberg's, Ryback's, who gives a shit, final parting smark to the WWE. We're going to talk Bobby Roode's glorious theme. And we're also going to get into some other things like my favorite television show right now and the show that you must binge watch tonight on Netflix. And a whole lot more, including looky what we found. Oh, these devilish little Turkish peppers. I have no idea what the hell this might do to my mouth or my asshole, but we can eat these as well sometime tonight. And you know what you got to do if you want that to happen. Of course, it's the hot pepper standards. And just for a little bit of reminder, every $20 donated to the channel gets me to eat one. And look, these are small. So every $20, I will literally eat one of these motherfuckers. But I'm not looking forward to it because I have no idea what it's going to do to my mouth and my anus. I'm very scared for both of those entities. But you know what? That's just part of the job. But we're going to start. We're going to start with a little bit of controversy. Yes, controversy, man. And it's not even with Suicide Squad's as the movie. You know, Suicide Squad, there was a lot of hype around this film. Probably some of the best trailer work I've ever seen for a movie in my life. I've never been so hyped up for a movie based off trailers. Because, these comic book characters that are being shown in this movie, it's just like, man, it's about fucking time, you know? So it's interesting that with a movie this hyped up, that something so catastrophic happens in the review world. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, for those of you guys does not know, it's like Metacritic. It's a review site where actual legitimate reviewers and fans can review a movie, and and that really dictates what the freshness or how good a movie is. And Suicide Squad is bordering on one of the worst ever made right now at 26%. Now that's the critic rating. Now the audience score is actually 74% in favor of the movie, which is significantly higher. Now, people don't know exactly why there seemed to be a surge of what a lot of people are calling trolls that went and just shit on this movie. Many before it could have even been seen by the vast majority of people who did these reviews. But there's a lot of legitimate reviewers, some that I actually, really do kind of listen to, who have shit on this movie and, just said it's just a very vapid type movie. There's not a lot to it as far as substance goes, which is kind of in the vein of where DC goes with its movies. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that this movie just sucks. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Joe Martin just said something very interesting in the chat. He said Heath Ledger is still the best Joker. That's kind of the fucking point, right? This is one of the things that is a reason given to why this movie is being attacked. Apparently, there is a group of hardcore fucking Heath Ledger lovers. Now, granted, it is the best portrayal of the Joker outside of Mark Hamill, who does the voice on the animated series and such. But nobody's done it better than Heath Ledger. And apparently just the idea of having somebody else don that character's garb is enough to send fanboys losing their goddamn minds. Man, these peppers are no fucking joke because it's already burning my eyes. I think I accidentally touched my eye and now my eye is burning. It's in my eyes. The goggles do nothing. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I know. Leave me alone. So there's a lot of reasons to why this is happening. I haven't seen the movie yet. I live here in Germany, and as excited as I was over Suicide Squad, it wasn't something that wasn't going to get me to the movie theater and sit through 2+ hours and put myself into a lot of pain, especially not this week, considering I missed shows this week because of how much pain I was in. But all that nonetheless, it's very interesting that so many people are just not going to give this a chance, to even watch the movie and give it a chance and give it a legitimate shot. Now, that being said, I've seen a lot of people who have seen the movie that have wrote me and said the movie just sucks. The movie just sucks. They tried to do a Marvel movie without going through the years of backstory that Marvel put in place. They essentially tried to make their own pseudo-Avengers type movie in one movie without 10 years of buildup, which is essentially what Marvel did. Iron Man came out well over a decade ago, right? I mean, a long time ago, and they've been building that franchise, subtly going to the Marvel Cinematic Universe for that long. It's not an easy thing to do. So a lot of the criticisms that I've read kind of make sense to me when I look at it in that regard, because if they're trying to do too much, as in the same vein as Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice did, which I still haven't finished that entire movie. I plan on watching the Ultimate Edition tomorrow, but it's like 3 hours plus. Holy fucking God, who has time for that shit? Even a fat retired guy with no job or life has to empty out a time block to do that shit. Oh my God. But I'm going to watch that. But from the things that I have watched of it, they just jammed everything into Dawn of Justice. And for a lot of people, it didn't work for that reason. So it's very difficult, especially where DC's trying to take the franchise. Look, this movie seems to have a very youth culture agenda. It's going after the youth of the world. That's what they're trying to target. It seems like Kevin Smith put it like this. It's like Hot Topic just grew a movie and started fighting right in front of you, and he wasn't saying that in a mean light. He wasn't being a dickhead when he said it. He actually really enjoyed the movie. He loved it, but he has a personal attachment to that movie. I mean, fuck, he named his daughter Harley Quinn, for Christ's sake. He was going to love this movie no matter what. That's Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith doesn't really hate anything anymore. God bless him. It's crazy. But, I want to see this movie. I want to see exactly what's going on. Mainly because we all talk about trolling like it's not a serious thing. And in the context of this show, when people come on and call in and prank call me and all that bullshit, no, it's not serious. Who gives a shit? I'm a fat guy who doesn't even have 3,000 subs on YouTube. I'm a pimple fart in the world of fucking entertainment. It doesn't matter what the hell happens to me. But this movie had a very, very, very high budget. Super high budget. And I think it also sported the highest fucking soundtrack budget of all time. I mean, the songs that are in this movie are ridiculous. I looked it up. It's they're all hits and they're all expensive money-wise. And DC did not spare no expense there, nor did they with the cast or with even getting David Ayer to direct. I mean, none of that's cheap. So where I'm going with this is, by this massive attack, if it was indeed a troll type thing, which it does seem to be, 26% seems unreasonable by any fucking stretch. This could have real world implications, because Batman vs. Superman had something ridiculous like a 65% drop from week 1 to week 2. Is Suicide Squad one of these movies that is unfuckable with? It's going to make all the money regardless. I don't know. I know for the first week, this movie is non-fuckable with. You cannot mess with this movie. It's going to make a dick ton of movie. It was projected at 125 million. I'm actually expecting it to be a little bit higher than that, maybe in the 140 to 150 region. Everybody is going to go see this movie in the first weekend because it feels like an event. That's the thing. It feels like Star Wars felt like an event. The Avengers can feel like an event. This feels like an event that you want to be a part of. So it's pretty good stuff, man. I'm pretty excited about that aspect of it. But then you look at even further potential. Now, China, the second biggest international movie market in the world, is not letting Suicide Squad show in its country because they have very strict regulations, especially when it comes to ultra-violence, depressing tones. That's an actual thing. Depressing tones and supernatural content. Ghostbusters was not allowed to be shown in China. And it seems like they're doing the exact same thing with Suicide Squad, which is detrimental to that movie in another financial way. So if there is a massive drop-off from week 1 to week 2, they can have a very serious problem financially. And whether the movie's good or not, if it doesn't make money, it ain't going anywhere. You know, the franchise is not going anywhere. The DC Cinematic Universe, whatever the hell they're calling it now, is not going anywhere. It's a rough situation. There's a lot of pressure on this movie, man, more than people probably realize. Batman versus Superman seemed to be an unmitigated disaster. Outside of it, there seemed to be some things that just kicked all the ass in the movie, like Wonder Woman seemed to kick all of the ass. I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck's Batman. I think Batfleck, he kicked all of the ass. Maybe a little bit too much ass, depending on what type of Batman fan you are. Holy shit. There's just a bunch of interesting things in that movie that I think worked. There's a lot that didn't work, unfortunately, too. Lex Luthor being one of the top ones of that. But it's rough. It's rough to have this much pressure thrust upon you after that movie didn't do as well as some people thought it could have done, or been as good as what a lot of people thought it was going to be. You know, and then you look at even Deadpool. Look what Deadpool made all the money this year. I mean, Jesus Christ, they absolutely killed it. And while Deadpool was a movie that people expected to do well, nobody was expecting it to be this good of a movie. It turned out to be a fantastic flick. Now, it's really time is going to tell on Suicide Squad exactly what is going to happen with it, and if it's going to be the end all be all, if it's going to be the end of the DC Cinematic Universe, or if it's going to be another restart button. I'm not sure yet. I want to see the flick. I'm actually excited about seeing it. I might drag the wife out to a theater sometime in the next couple of weeks, and she's already looking at me like, no, fat man, that ain't fucking happening. We got copious amounts of Pokemon to catch, which is true. So for those of you who did see the movie, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. If somebody wants to call in who has seen it, I'd love to talk to you about this movie. So please call in. I don't care about spoilers. We'll put a spoiler moratorium here. If somebody that did watch the movie decides to call in, I'd love to talk about it. If not, we'll move on and talk about some other things, because I got a bunch of stuff I'd like to get to. Because as you guys know, I had a bad week. I had a terrible spasm Tuesday night, which essentially put me out for the rest of the week. I'd missed shows. I had to miss a SmackDown review. I tried to make it up the next day, but I was in such a bad mood that it was just one of my worst reviews I've ever done. I've had a really, really rough week, and most of it was spent laying on the ground in agony, unfortunately. After I started feeling a little bit better, first thing that I saw happen was a goddamn Dragonite showed up on my poker radar thingamabob, and I had to go hunt it down, and my wife was not happy about that. But we moved past it. I caught the Pokemon. They didn't, and they're just crying. Let's take a call, because I got a feeling it's going to be about Suicide Squad. It's Sean Bonner, virtually the only guy I know who's seen Suicide Squad. What's going on, buddy? You're live with Dead on Dave.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's crack-a-lackin', dude?
Not much. I saw the movie on Thursday. I liked the movie. I wouldn't go as far as to say it was the greatest movie ever, but it was very entertaining. It kept you engaged the whole time. I mean, there was good laughs in it, good action. And, you know, the Joker, I wouldn't say he played the biggest part in the movie, but you can see where they could go with him. I think when all's said and done, when they're done, you know, with this reiteration as Joker, he'll probably be the best ever. He was
That's an
that
interesting way of looking at it. From what I've heard with the Joker parts, they use them very sparingly but very effectively. And his and Harley Quinn's scenes were the best in the entire movie. That was the best thing about the entire movie from almost everybody that I've heard about. So I don't know if that's the reality of it or what. But you also, if I remember, you said some movies that were kind of shit were good, but I can't remember any specific examples, so I can't call you out too hard. So I don't know if I could trust your take on Suicide Squad being good.
The only thing that I gave you a recommendation on was Daredevil, the TV show.
Which, to be fair, is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's awesome. I haven't watched the entire series yet because I'm going to say something a little weird. Daredevil is dark, and I don't mean like in tone. I mean the fucking show is dark. Like, I get the guy is fucking blind, but does that mean like half the show has to be filmed in almost pitch blackness? You can't see shit that's going on in that show most of the time. But it's possible I was watching on my bad TV at the time, so that's possible too.
No, but you're right about that. It is shot in very, very dark setting.
Very, but I get why, you know. But
yeah, definitely. And season 2 is unbelievable with the Punisher in it.
I've heard
they're gonna make a Punisher series. They greenlit it, so that's gonna get done. But
we're getting Punisher. We're getting Luke fucking Cage.
That comes out next month.
Ridiculous. We're getting something else too.
The Defenders.
Yeah, they're setting up the Defenders, which is awesome. But there was something else too. I can't remember. It's ridiculous. All the shit
Iron Fist.
The Iron Fist. We're getting the fucking Iron Fist, man. For people who are comic book guys, this is ridiculous. The time that we live in right now, it's fucking nuts. You got any final thoughts? Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, Marvel is kicking ass.
They're still the king. Names. They're still the king.
They are the king, but Suicide Squad was a good movie. It's worth seeing. I wouldn't see it in 3D because there's not too many 3D scenes that need to be watched in 3D. But that's just a preference. I watched it in 3D. But Dave, you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it.
We'll see. I'm gonna sit through 3 hours of Batman v Superman tomorrow, so we'll fucking see, man.
Yeah, well, that's not going to prime you for the movie, but it's that boring movie.
But still. Sean, I appreciate the call, man. You have yourself a good night, buddy.
You too.
Sean Bonner, he saw the movie. He saw it. All right. So moving on from that, we're going to talk about some other things, and then I'm going to, of course, get to what you guys want to talk about, and that is wrestling. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But before we do that, I have an alert for you guys, man. If you're looking for a TV show, and especially if you're around my age, if you are 30 to 40 years old, or if you're just a goddamn fan of the 80s, I got the show for you. There's a show on Netflix that you must go binge watch tonight. And now look, binge watching, yeah, I'm going to binge it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Once you start watching this show, I guarantee you will. And the show is called Stranger Things. Holy shit. My wife and I watched the shit out of this show. It was so fucking good. It is essentially a love letter to the 80s in the most beautiful fashion. And you know what? Saying that it's a love letter to the 80s almost doesn't do it justice because it's just damn fine television, man. It's fantastic TV. Just so well done, so well made, so much fun. Scary at times, heartbreaking at others. It's just such good storytelling, man. Stranger Things revolves around a group of kids, very Goonies style, that are D&D guys. One of them goes missing, and a supernatural type little girl gets brought into the fold, and she's got all kinds of fucking powers, and it's awesome, man. I don't want to spoil too much about it. I just wanted to give a Dead on Dave copious pick for you guys because Stranger Things is fucking amazing. Fake ass twat. I bet the show is shit. Well, guess what is shit? Your fucking face, buddy. Go on timeout, you little bitch. That's right. I'm cracking down on trolls. Stranger Things is awesome. Don't you talk about Stranger Things, motherfucker. Stab you in the neck with a butter knife. Anyway, let's move on a little bit more. And let's talk about the Ryback, the Goldberg impersonator, the who gives a flying fuck Ryback, who announced his own parting with the WWE, where Ryback, being the immense fucking smarky douchebag that he is, we're talking about the exact same guy who fucking did the it's clobbering time entrance in Chicago, this asshole. He decides during his farewell address to wish the WWE the best in its future endeavors. He is such a douche nozzle. It's just like he's the bitterest fuck that has ever lived. I mean, really. I do not understand this guy. I don't know why he's such a whiny douche. Look, Ryback could have stayed with the company and probably not ascended very higher than where he was. Maybe he could have got back into the mid-card situation in WWE. More than likely. I think they would have. Look, a big body is a big body. And I feel at times Ryback was really entering some great stages of his career. Problem is, he was a little bit injury prone. And he's an absolute douche nozzle. He is a bag of dicks. Appearances. Look, it's just my opinion. It seems to be the case. Now, all the stuff that CM Punk has said about him, I don't know, because he's a douchebag too. So I don't really know exactly if that is worth anything. But I've heard enough stories about the guy. Incredible work ethic, but really, really bad attitude, especially if things aren't going his way. It seemed to be from his own statements that he would make about himself in non-kayfabe situations. He was very entitled. He felt like he should have been much bigger than he actually was. This is a guy who probably would have absolutely killed in the 80s. Him and Ultimate Warrior, you could see them at multiple WrestleManias. I mean, you could see it. You could feel it. It would have worked. But the reality is Ryback came at one of the worst times for guys of his ilk. For guys of that size, of that stature, of his ring ability. This is the absolute worst time to be that guy. And unfortunately, he became a victim of that. Leaping Lizard says Goldberg and Rhino had a child equals Ryback. That's right. I mean, really, you got it sped on. Throw RVD throwing in his dirty laundry into the wash cycle, and then you really got Ryback. It's ridiculous. So where's Ryback going to go from here? I have no idea. TNA more than likely makes a lot of sense. I don't think he's going to go to Japan. I don't see him doing very well in Japan at this time. They've kind of gone away from the big guy attraction culture as well. Ring of Honor, he can't work well enough for Ring of Honor. I mean, I guess Lucha Underground is a possibility because styles don't matter there. Anybody can essentially go in and be a part of a kooky storyline and they'll make it work. Well, they'll make it work for them. It doesn't work for people watching, at least me. But TNA is the most likely destination. I don't know if he's had any conversations, if he's already been presumably lowballed by the company, but he will get lowballed. I mean, how much value does Ryback have? Really? Is this a guy that at his age, which I believe he's like 35, 36 years old, that you're going to want to come in and feel that he could build your roster around? Do you really want to see Bobby Lashley and Ryback at the next Slammiversary? Fuck no. Bound for Glory Ryback versus Bobby Lashley. Nobody wants to see that. Ethan Carter III versus Ryback. No, please, somebody stab my fucking eyeballs out. No, I'll kill myself. I can't deal with that. So, there's that situation. The Ryback situation. But it looks to be over. So, pausing for a minute to catch my breath and slow the show down just a little bit. I want to show my wife found the other day. As you know, we eat hot peppers on this show. And I do it for money because I'm a whore. I don't know what this is. My wife found it, and I've been trying to identify it on the old interwebs. I can't exactly find what the hell it is. But I believe that, I can't remember the name of it, but it's somewhere around 110,000 on the Scoville unit, which is pretty fucking high. I don't know for sure.
He said to me, it's many much very hot.
That's what my wife said. The Turkish guy who sold her these peppers says, what was it?
He said it's many much spicy hot.
Many much spicy hot. Now that's pretty fucking, I don't know how many Scoville units that is, but that sounds pretty fucking en fuego to me. Now, if you guys want to see the fat man wreck his mouth and his anus simultaneously with these bastards, you know what to do. For every $20 donated to the channel, I will eat a pepper. For every dollar donated extra than the 20, I'll go a minute without the miak. We have a little bit of milk and I will drink it. So there's no milk at all.
There might be some left.
Don't
Or the lactose.
talk to me, Goose. I can't drink. Lactose doesn't do nothing.
If you think it does, it will.
Lactose doesn't do nothing. Lactose free doesn't do a shit. Nothing. Anyway. Joe Martin, Dave, did you see Jeff's comeback in the Major League Baseball 2K or 2016 the show, whatever the fuck it's called, tournament? Yeah. Yes, I did. I heard about it from Jeff. He was very excited about his victory. Congratulations to Jeff Huffman for coming back and winning his round in the Jeff Huffman's inaugural MLB The Show 16 fucking tournament. All right. Fake ass twat. Where's my SmackDown graphic? Your fucking graphic showed up on the fucking SmackDown review. Eat my butthole, fake ass twat. It got showed. Go watch it. It was there. It was great. All right. You did a fine job. It got beat out by Gun Cannons, who did a much better job than you again. But, you know, it's okay. By the way, we are still collecting graphics. If you want to do graphics for this week's Monday Night Raw, you can do that. Send it to me on the Twitters at DeadOnDaveV. Or you can go ahead and send me on here on Skype. That works too. Ken Vlog says, "Oh my God, Dave, I love you. You just ripped him a new one. Who did I rip? I'm gonna rip anybody a new one. Who wants some of Dead on Dave? I'll give it to you right up your bunghole, because I'm bored. I'm bored and I want to talk shit. Speaking of talking shit, we got something else that I want to get to in the wrestling world, of course. Bobby Roode made his long-awaited debut on WWE television, the NXT brand to be exact, this week. And his promo was fine. Look, I don't know what Bobby Roode has to offer NXT. I have no fucking idea. I don't know if he's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to be bad. I have no clue. I personally have only been a fan of the guy in tag team situations. That's just me. Can he be a huge star? I don't want to see rehash shit with Samoa Joe and Austin Aries. I want to see new matchups within NXT. And if they want to do something from the TNA days, that's fine. All that, we can't really determine anything on that quite yet. However, what we can talk about is his entrance music. What the fuck? I literally, within the same breath, I said, this is fucking retarded. But it's also might be the most glorious thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. I just could not believe how strange, bizarre, melodic, ear cancerous, yet awesomely ass-kickery of a theme song that really was. I mean, I was impressed with it, how it ran the gamut from awful to awesome so quickly. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be completely honest. It's very strange, very weird, but it got us talking. And because it's not complete ear cancer, it's certainly not a bad thing. It had some catchy stuff to it. So I'm personally, for right now, I'm giving it a passing grade. But here's the reality. The guys who've been coming to NXT and to WWE for that matter, they've been getting some really good theme music, some great entrance music outside of American Alphas, which I hate. I like the dun, 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 but I hate the opening. I think it needs something a little bit more electric, just something a little bit more hype. That'd be awesome. But I like the dun, dun, dun. But then I kind of like that. Makes me think of Informer, but that's because I'm old and white. Just saying. So, yeah. In this age where we're getting all kinds of great music like that we haven't gotten in wrestling for a very long time. Shinsuke Nakamura, who is just lighting the world on fire with his theme song, AJ Styles' theme song, which sent kids into a fucking frenzy mode. even Samoa Joe's they fixed to where it's not completely awful. Finn Balor's got some really good moody type entrance music, while not necessarily a theme. It's more of like a opus of anything. It's just kind of cool. Austin Aries is badass. Is it going to stand up and really help Bobby Roode have an identity? Well, in some regard, absolutely yes, because I think Bobby Roode might be the only guy who could have pulled this fucking theme song off. And for anybody else, would be like, what? But when Bobby Roode is standing there, it's like, okay, this kind of makes sense somehow. This makes a little bit of sense. So I don't know. Joe Martin says best theme song of all time is Edge or Drew Mack. Look, Metalingus is definitely in there. There's no question about it. Merez 856 says, Dave, thoughts on Ciampa and Gargano? I gotta be honest, man. I think it's one of the best matches I've seen down there. It's the best match of CWC so far. That was my favorite match I've seen from the CWC matches. It's one of my top 3 or 4 favorite matches I've seen on the lower levels of WWE in a very long time, as far as you include NXT and CWC in that. Ciampa and Gargano, they got such good chemistry, either as a team or as opponents. That match was amazing. And it was a good show, the whole CWC. They've done a really good job of taking matches and complementing with other matches that it was just going to work fucking perfectly. They've done that almost every episode. I mean, it's been pretty cool seeing some of the guys that we've gotten to see on each episode. And then with Ciampa and Gargano getting the spotlight that they got, it was incredible, man. I really did enjoy it. I thought that was fantastic. Joseph B says Enter Sandman was damn good too. That's not really a theme song. It was a song long before fucking ECW ripped it off. I mean, Jesus Christ. But it is what it is. There's so many. I think I've done the greatest theme songs in wrestling history before. I think I've done that countdown. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of great ones. Jericho's is still up there.
Don't you have to do a final countdown?
A final countdown? No. Well, I guess I could, because I got to be honest, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura would be on that list because they're both amazing. Shinsuke's might be the best I've ever heard. It's definitely up there, man. But I'm a Lindsey Sterling fan, and that just reminds me of Lindsey Sterling. I'm just a fucking mark for Lindsey Sterling. If you don't know who Lindsey Sterling is, Google her quickly because she's amazing. She is amazing. Yes, I even gave her an extra syllable because she deserved it. So, good stuff. That's basically all the things I wanted to talk about. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to discuss. So let's open it up to you, Jamokes. Let's see what you guys have to say. Call in now, taking your calls on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, the number, 702-751-2902. Feel free to call in about any of the topics that we've already covered or anything else. We'll take your calls, your questions, your comments, your concerns. Joe Martin, I'm not going to turn this into what's my favorite this of all time, though. That's fucking lame. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about. So call in now. Get your voice heard. Talk to Copious Fat Man about whatever you want. If you want to talk about Pokemon Go, I'm all about that. I was trying to hit level 24 today. Couldn't fucking do it. Oh, so close. Oh, God. 125,000 experience points to get the fucking level 24. It is a sham. It's a mockery. It's ridiculous. So Fake Ass SWAT saying his graphic was not featured in that review? I put them all in there, dude. I put them all in there. I don't even think I have them anymore. Well, you suck. Try not to suck. Try not to suck so much. Let's go ahead and take ourselves a caller. It's Joe Martin, everybody. Oh, God, it's Joe Martin. What you got for me, Joe?
Dave, I don't know if I ever talked to you about this. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But Baron Corbin, I'm still upset that WWE, I don't think they know how to use him correctly because they haven't done much with him. I expected so much more, and I actually haven't seen much from him, even though they put him in IC title.
I think it's too early to tell, Joe. I think it's a little too early to tell. I mean, they gave him the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year, which is something in his first ever match. That is something. I think that they're trying to give a little bit more time until they want to see if they can get a good face mid-card champion. I think Apollo Crews kind of fits that bill if he's able to win the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. And then Baron Corbin could be right in the midst of that. I wouldn't mind seeing a feud out of those two. We saw it in NXT and it worked fairly well. So seeing them again wouldn't be the worst thing. I think it's too early to talk about Corbin being a bust or being used badly. I just think it's a little bit too early. Has there been some missteps? Absolutely, but that was in a little bit of a different time. I'm trying to forgive the transgressions of the past.
Yeah, you know what I think they should do with him? Because Roman's already winning the U.S. belt. It's already
Yes,
he's already winning.
And I think it's a great fucking idea.
Yes, I think Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns for the U.S. belt. That would be a great match.
He's on the wrong brand.
Oh well, no, it's SummerSlam.
He's still on the wrong brand. He's not a Raw superstar. Baron Corbin's on SmackDown. That's why he was in the number one.
Like, there's a few pay-per-views that there's an exception, isn't there?
Yeah, but they're not going to have a title contention match for no reason. I mean, they are, aside from the fucking Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar shit, they are trying to make it two separate brands. Maybe in a year from now, if they want to do a champion versus champion showcase or something like that, maybe they can do that. Or maybe even at the upcoming Clash of Champions. The Clash of the Champions is getting brought back, and I'm super excited about that. That's a night where they can potentially have a champion versus champion match to kind of showcase. They could do something like that. Not so soon, not quite yet, but it could happen.
Yeah, one more thing. Do you think, since he's getting pay-per-views, they should bring back Elimination Chamber? That was one of my favorites.
Logistically, it's not possible. They can't do it. There's just all these new stadiums that are being built. They can't house it, man. They can't house the Elimination Chamber. It's why they cut it in the first place. So I would like to see Elimination Chamber back, but I don't think it necessarily needs its own gimmick pay-per-view. I totally wouldn't mind seeing it as like they did Elimination Chamber last year as a standalone. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I also wouldn't mind seeing it get brought up during big events, maybe an outdoor event or something like that, if they can logistically make it work. I would love to see that again. This Elimination Chamber is good, borderline great when they do it right.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber had some great matches, especially in 2010. I think that's when it was like, I think that was the best Elimination Chamber.
Listen, they've had some great matches. I agree, man. Joe, I appreciate the call, man. I'm going to get you out of here. Enjoy your trip over the top rope. Thank you, Joe Martin. Thank you, Joe Martin. All right. Carl Gibney, Dave, your thoughts on the Big Slow versus Shaq match at WrestleMania 33? That's right, I just shot myself with a fart gun. That's about how much I gave a fuck. No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. There's no need to see it. But you know what? I like Big Show. At the end of the day, I like what he represents. I like the career he's had. I may not like the way he's been showcased at times over the past few years, but it is what it is. And the reality is Shaq is always going to be a draw. Whether people who love Shaq and want to see him highlighted to the people who hate Shaq and want to see his face kicked in, it will be a draw, and it's a WrestleMania-worthy showcase, I guess. Let's take another call. Gun Cannon, the most redundant name in all of YouTube. What's going on, Mr. Cannon of Guns?
Well, I had to go back and watch the beginning of your show because you had the whole thing on the Suicide Squad. But first off, the Bobby Roode theme. I listened to that and I went back. Doesn't it sound a lot like the Christian and Last Year on Your Own theme?
It does a little bit. The original,
Yeah.
Christian. Yeah, it does a little bit. It does, but then it goes into a totally different place. I don't know if it's good or bad. I really don't. I'm having a hard time with it.
I'm on the fence on it too. When you get past the whole glorious thing, it sounds okay if you get past that part, but it's not the best out there. It's definitely not. Shinsuke's is going to be on my top list all the time. Yeah.
Shinsuke's is on my phone as like my alarm. It's like ringtone for half the people that I have in my contacts list. I thought Shinsuke's is just when that goddamn song hits, dude, there's just something magical about it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
it's my regular ringtone, so I completely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Fake ass twat says something's fishy, Dave. I've been mentioning you in my thumbnails, but I haven't seen them. Oh, I think I blocked you on Twitter after you sent me a fucking infected vagina, you douche. I'm pretty sure I muted you or fucking unfollowed your ass or made sure I could not see your stupid ass fucking shit. Because you sent me an infected vagina, you gigantic donger.
What?
Yeah. He didn't send me like an actual, he sent me a picture of an infected vagina. He didn't send me a real, like, actual hold in your hand vagina. Because he's a sick fucking guy, babe. Why do weird people do weird things? Oh, my wife's starting to drink. Shit might get interesting. Why? But you're starting 40 minutes in. I'm getting ready to wrap it up because it's boring. And now you're going to start drinking now?
Make me drink.
You need to, that my show was boring? You're an insufferable cunt. You drink that beer. Chug it. Chug it for the people. It's a pussy beer anyway. It's cola beer, you big vagina. You pooch your poo. I'll start with me, woman. I don't know what's the matter with you. Fucking crazy. She just threw a fucking bottle cap. That could have went in my eye.
Yeah.
That could have went in my eye.
Yeah.
What would have happened if it would have went in my eye?
Like the medicine pack that hit my
I may have thrown a pack of medicine at her earlier. She was being a little mouthy, so I whipped a pack of pills at her and it kind of hit her in the face. Luckily, it didn't leave a mark, but still.
We don't know yet.
There's no mark.
We don't know yet.
Luckily, you have wrinkles that will cover it up.
You fucking.
Worth it. Worth it. Joseph B says, Pepper, Dave. What do you mean? I didn't get no money. I didn't get no money. I do money. Look, this pepper is nefarious. It's terrifying. They look like they could have been grown in Satan's garden, but I don't do it until I get fucking paid, son. $20 for a pepper. That's how it works. And I don't even have any milk. And after what I just said to my wife, she's not going to go get me milk. So I'm in trouble. I'm in fucking trouble.
You might be doomed from the start, good sir.
I'm telling you, man. And she's been mad at me since the second that I was feeling okay enough, I rushed out to go get a fucking Dragonite up the street.
Now you rushed.
I hobbled. I used your word. I wasn't rushed. I can't run. For you to say that I ran out the door, nobody's ever going to believe you because look at me. Look at me.
You ran on your. For
I
your
hobbled.
speed,
It was not running. I went at a manageable pace, and I got the Dragonite. And it hurt. I paid for it very much.
You moved at a higher rate of speed than normal.
I had to, man. It was a Dragonite, dude. Come on, man. I needed that fucking Dragonite, dude.
And who got your Snorlax 3 in the morning?
Okay, now she wants to be all fucking martyr and shit because she woke up at 3 in the morning, or she was still up at 3 in the morning, and she saw a Snorlax was in her room. So she went and came and got my phone, risked waking me up, by the way, to get the phone, and she catches me a Snorlax, and she wants a goddamn fucking prize for it.
Yeah.
You're mean to me all the time, and now people can hear it.
I'm not.
Whatever. Drink the beer.
Yeah.
Drink it. Have a shot of vodka, too.
No.
You need to have a shot of vodka. How much will it cost to get you to have a shot of vodka? These motherfuckers will pay for it, dude.
Oh. So,
How much for a shot?
I don't know.
$10 for a shot of Danska.
Hell no.
Why
That
not?
shit is disgusting.
$20. $20. $20. And I will do a simultaneous pepper for me and a shot of Danska, which is some badass Russian vodka for the wife. $20 for the low price of $20. You can get us all. You can get my mouth, asshole fucked up, and my wife fucked up, and it might even accidentally bounce me into some pussy. So I mean, come on. If I get her drunk enough, she won't know. And if she does,
$20 for the low price of $20, you can destroy Dave's mouth, anus, and wife.
Exactly. Keno Vlog, which is Kenny from Shopping the Point and stuff. You guys know that guy. He says, "You look like you lost a lot of weight, Dave. What do you mean when you look like you're what? What do you mean? Look at you. You're looking good lately, man. Keep up the great work. I'm still fat as fuck. I have lost 30 pounds, but I'm still 321, dude. I mean, like, I'm still fat. I got a long way to go. Long way to go." Leaping Lizard says, she got you a Snorlax and you couldn't even get her a Dragonite. For shame, Dave. All right, there's another part of the story that she doesn't want fucking told. You see, as I was leaving, I was in pain. I asked her, in fact, I begged her to come with me because I was afraid of going myself. I asked her to drive me to where it was. She told me to go fuck myself on both of those, so I said, fuck you, I'm going. And then she wants to get all indignant afterwards. You just went. And then
making food for our kids.
And then she's old enough to make her own food. I don't want to hear that fucking shit there, Martha Stewart. You were making food, you put in a pizza in the oven.
Yeah, she would have burned the house down.
You put a pizza in the oven. You didn't fucking make me. You didn't make anybody a fucking casserole or nothing. You fucking put a pizza in the oven. Get over yourself. So as I get up there and I find the Dragonite, what do? Being the magnanimous son of a bitch that I am, I call her and I tell her where it is and tell her to get her big ass up there. But of course, she womans it. She's slow and she missed it. And somehow that was my fault too.
I had to let Alicia know, and then she wanted to come.
You could. Locks have doors. Could have locked her right in here. Doors have locks. Shut up.
I'm gonna put that fucking pepper up your butt.
You want to put this pepper? How much for that? She wants to put pepper up my ass, dude. I'm being kind of mean. She's not happy with me. I'm sorry. I love you. Don't be mean. Let's be good. Here, hold my hand.
No.
Hold my hand.
No.
Hold my goddamn hand, man. She hit me. She slapped it away. Okay. Joe Martin says, do a pickle and then down it with vodka. For one, why do you want my wife to do a pickle, you sick little fucking prepubescent shit? She wants you to do a pickle.
Ew.
That's disgusting. We don't have any pickles right now, which is a crime. That's something else we need to have a talk about. We need to have a grocery shopping list talking soon. Very, very fucking soon. Gerald Herbert, hey, Dave, are you going to watch the U.S. basketball game? No. Look. Basketball nowadays sucks as it is. It's not a good sport anymore, man. The NBA is fucking trash. The only thing worse is international basketball. It's fucking uproariously bad. No, I'm not watching this shit. And I'm not watching the fucking Olympics. Guncan, if you want to hang out for a few more seconds, I got a little mini rant to go on about the Olympics.
Go ahead, because I might have a follow-up with that, too.
You see, these motherfucking Olympics, man, shouldn't even be happening in Rio de Janeiro. This country cannot even sustain itself on a even systematic level. And they want to hold the Olympic Games. We have our Olympic swimmers swimming in shit. And we got people getting the Zika virus. We got all kinds of crazy shit happening over there. And they need to be hosted. There is tear gas used today outside of the Olympic Games. Tear gas, people. Tear gas. Because it's not inspirational. Look, the Olympics haven't been an inspirational event. The last truly inspirational thing I can think of that happened at the Olympics was Muhammad Ali lighting the torch in Atlanta. That was like the last truly thing that got me going, oh my God, this is amazing. And that was like 20 fucking years ago. You know, that was the last time. And now it's just a goddamn, for one, everybody's cheating. Everybody's fucking cheating. They're all getting caught. It's incredible. There was like something ridiculous, like 60 fucking medals that had to be vacated from the last Olympic Games held from doping. This is ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's all a bunch of garbage. You got a follow-up for that, Gun? Go ahead.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, when you as an international athlete, when you land in the airport and the cops are waiting at the gates with signs saying, we're not going to be able to protect you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my ass is turning around getting back on that plane saying, go back, I'm not coming here. I'm really sorry. That's just absolutely ridiculous. On top of the fact of, swimmers are in polluted water. Mm-hmm. They found dead bodies in there.
Dead bodies. They're not live bodies, dead bodies. And dead bodies decay. And guess what else dead bodies do? They vacate their fucking bowels, people. It's ridiculous.
Who wants to see that in a paddle boat competition? Oh, and the Australians just clubbed some dead guy in the water. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, thank you.
McGreg311 says they only wanted the bid to get money to help fix their problems. Here's the thing. It's already been staunchly fucking proven that hosting an Olympics, hosting the World Cup, any of those fucking events, they don't make you much money. They don't make the fucking city, the state, the country, virtually any fucking thing. Preparations cost billions of dollars of countries' fucking tax-paying money that most of them don't fucking... Look at... If you want any prime... Look at what's happening in fucking Qatar. Or Qatar, if you're pretentious. In Qatar. How fucking repugnant the shit that's happening there for the World Cup in like 2022 or some bullshit. It's insane, the type of things that happen. So I don't want to hear about the economy excuse has been long fucking debunked. It doesn't work on the state level in the United States when we, like, Atlanta, last time the United States had one, there was a goddamn bombing. So,
yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. People are crazy and people don't give a shit. It's fucking insane, man.
And if you want to even go further than that, look at some of the other places like Sochi. All of those places that they spent all of that money on and building, they're abandoned. Look at Beijing.
Yes.
That fantastic place that they had all the opening ceremonies that were gorgeous and wonderful. Don't get me wrong. They were nice. Abandoned. They don't use it for anything. No. They tried using it for soccer and fucked that up.
No, because they can't fill it up. It's fucking stupid. They can't do any of that. It's crazy. Scott Frame just asked, would you watch the Olympics or CM Punk fight? CM Punk fight. I'm interested in that. I want to see what happens with CM Punk. I like CM Punk. I just think that what he did was fucking bitch-like. I don't dislike CM Punk at all. I feel he's full of shit, but most wrestlers are. Most entertainers are. So who give a shit? I'm looking forward to his fight, if it actually happens, which I'm still not 100% sure it is, but I'm very much looking forward to that. I won't watch the Olympics if there was fucking a sport called nude donut eating, and I'm interested in all of the words in that sentence. I still wouldn't fucking watch that shit. The Olympics they're a farce. They're a farce. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what they do. They don't stand for anything. They're absolute bullshit. It's a pageantry that has lost its zest. There's no more real interesting things about the Olympics anymore. There's no stories. There's no Olympians that you really want to... I mean, the last guy that really captured somebody's imagination as an Olympian was Michael Phelps. And he's one of the biggest assholes in professional sports. There are so many...
And didn't he test positive for something, too?
No, he's actually back in the Olympics this year. I don't think he tested positive. I think weed. Didn't he smoke weed? Who gives a fuck? They should all be allowed to smoke weed.
There's something. I felt like there was something, but I'd have to do research. And frankly,
I'm not sure. But he's back. Well, regardless, they've never taken any gold from him. He's still the greatest Olympian as far as medals go in the history of fucking the Olympics. And this year he's back on the team. So I don't know. Yeah, he took some bong hits. That's what Ken just said. Yeah, who cares? Who gives a shit? I don't know. Scott Frame says, thoughts on SummerSlam build and your early predictions. Well, I think some of it's been fairly well done. I mean, I'm interested in a couple of the matches. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, I feel it's kind of nonsensical in some ways, but really now with the PED stuff, it's the only thing that could have happened. You don't want to have either Brock lose to a guy with his value being as low as it is right now, and you don't want him to really beat a guy of any consequence when his value is where it is right now. So, I mean, there's a lot to it, man, as far as that match in and of itself. Brock's winning. There's no question about it. Randy's going to make it a great match, but Brock's winning. And the only mistake that the WWE can continue to make with this Brock Lesnar situation is to have him lose now. So I just don't see that happening. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins is enough to make me buy the event just for itself. Yeah. I'm so excited about that match. I know you got to be on the same page with that, Gun Cannon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here's an interesting thought, though. Now, I know your feelings because they're the same sentiments I have as far as this whole thing with him not getting suspended or anything. Do you think that maybe something happens at SummerSlam where they play off a suspension and then he gets it, kind of like what they did with Reigns?
No, because of how much time has passed. They announced it, and they already said he's exempt. So
okay,
they came out. Look, it's not the non-suspension that bugs me. The non-suspension would not have bugged me if they would have framed it any other way than coming out and saying Brock Lesnar is exempt from the wellness policy. If they would have framed it in any other way, I would have been completely fine. Babe, is that beer number 2?
Yeah.
You're a fucking animal, dude. Give me some poundage, man. It's about 14 minutes. She's already done with one. Go ahead, fucking chug that shit, dude. Let's get fucking drunk, man. Let's get fucked up. Nobody wants to see you drink, so nobody paid, unfortunately. You just made her happy. I mean, let's make her suffer, people. $20. Get her take a fucking shot of vodka. Let me tell you, that Danska is nasty. That fucks you up. It's basically jet fuel. It's wonderful, man. It fucks you up. You're drinking it if someone pays for it.
No.
Then I get a free shot right in the suck hole.
There, Tutal's calling.
Oh, Tutal's calling in. Hey, Gun, let me get you out of here on that, man.
No problem. Have a good day, man.
Appreciate the call, buddy. Tutal, the man who always seems to call in when I'm trying to wrap shows up. It's Tutal, the man from XLT Podcast. What's going on, buddy? Holy shit. And he sounds like a robot. You got to fix your shit, Tutal. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you, buddy. I kind of like listening to it. He's a robot.
I can't hear anything.
Bleep, blop, blorp. Bleep, blop, blorp. It's kind of wonderful. It was kind of cool. Ken says, Dave, do you think Dean Ambrose is better than champion? Is a better champion than Seth Rollins or Reigns? Reigns, yes. Rollins, no. I really like Rollins' run, man. I think he's got more potential as a champion than Ambrose does, but Ambrose has time to prove me wrong. I love Dean Ambrose, so who knows? It's too early to tell. We're going to try it again. Let's see if we're getting robot Tutal or if regular Tutal. What's going on, buddy? You're live Dead on Dave.
Can you hear me good now?
Oh, yeah. Now you're sounding all kinds of milky
Sweet.
smooth. Oh, my God.
I'm like rearranging my setup and shit with my monitors, so I'm moving shit around, and I must have unplugged my mic somewhere, and I just undid it and redid it. So anyway, what's up?
I don't know, man, but yeah, that voice is going right inside my body. It's wonderful. It's penetrating me.
Does it sound good?
Yes.
Does it sound good?
It's
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome.
Holy shit. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I guess I caught the tail end of your show, you said?
Yes, because you always tend to call on these shows. I mean, like towards the end. I've been on an hour now. I don't know how much longer I'm going.
3-hour show. Let's go.
Fuck that. What to talk? I already ran out of shit to talk about. And my wife's getting drunk, but that's good.
Maybe get lucky.
No, she ain't fucking me. Are you kidding me? Man, you can put Spanish fly with fucking ecstasy, and I ain't getting no pussy. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Jesus.
I'll play with this pepper all I want until you play with my pepper. Fair deal? You don't get to tell me what to do with my peppers.
You're making noises.
I was making noises, you're right. I was degrading my show quality because of it. You're right. Thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate it. You're my best friend. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, good. All right, what else? What's up, man?
No, I just wanted to stop in and say hi, see what was going on. That's all.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, I
wanna
gotta
be
say
nice.
thank you, man, for showing some concern about me when you called me the other day after I had my issues. Tutal was actually the first person that I talked to when it happened. I was talking to him through text, and I had a bad spasm, and I came back like 20, 25, 30 minutes later, and I told him what happened. And just a good dude, man. Just a good dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dave.
See, now why you gotta make it douchey? You gotta make it all kinds of fucking.
What?
You
Not.
you gotta belittle me and make me feel like a dickhead. And I don't know. Now I'm not happy.
Right.
Now I'm not happy anymore. Now I'm upset. No, I don't.
I guess the show's over then.
McGreg311 says, Dave and Tutal, so it's a question directed to you. Who should join AJ's club on SmackDown? Nobody. The club is not on SmackDown. It shouldn't be on SmackDown. I don't want the club on both shows. Nobody. That's my fucking answer. AJ on his own is more than enough. They're going that direction with him and fucking John Cena. There's no reason to have two clubs. None, zero, zilch. That's my answer. Tutal, what's yours?
I agree. I don't care about the club being on SmackDown. AJ Styles can do it by himself. If they do Balor Club on Raw or whatever, I still wouldn't want that at this point. I guess we're the only people in this wrestling universe or this world of fans that don't want to see the club redone 400 times on Raw and SmackDown. And by the end of it, you're going to be like, what the fuck did WWE do?
Yeah. And look, if they're ever able to get the rights to the Bullet Club and they're able to bring in members, longtime members, past and present of the Bullet Club, let's do that. But having a weird, watered-down version of guys who just too sweet each other, which is basically the fucking NWO, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
that's pretty much what they do, actually.
That's what they do. They walk around. They're funny, but they can be funny without calling themselves the club, which is just a riff off the Bullet Club. I mean, that's all it is. We all know what they're saying. We all know what they're doing. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so sad. But that's the good answer right there. There you go.
That's a good answer. I think it's concise. I do. Let's see. Scott Frame says, thoughts on McGregor's comments. Yes, McGregor had a whole bunch of comments that he made.
What did he say?
When he was asked about the WWE, he basically said all wrestlers are pussies and have mental problems. Then he called Brock Lesnar a cheater, juice to the gills. Why would he have any fucking respect for him? And then he also, weirdly, oddly enough, put over the McMahons and Triple H.
Oh, okay.
Politicking his ass off.
Yeah, all of that just made sense, actually.
It does. For those of you guys who don't know, Conor McGregor took the death of one of the guys that he had a hand in training the opponent of recently very hard. Most people think it has completely shaken his belief in MMA, and most people believe this is going to be his last fight. Whether or not it is, we have no idea. Money talks, bullshit walks, so who knows what's actually going to happen. But McGregor does seem changed. He doesn't seem to be the same hungry fucking guy that he was before. He just doesn't seem to really have a gear for this type of aggression anymore. Who knows if that's going to sustain or not. Like I said, money talks. However, the money he can make within WWE cannot be lost upon him, and it's a hell of a lot less work than a full-fledged training camp in MMA.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot less work. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just like, whatever.
So I have a feeling that's where we're going to see Conor at some point. So it makes perfect sense to me. Now, granted, what he did was just kind of give himself some heat with the locker room, which he doesn't even know what that means yet. So he doesn't know the potential bullet that he put in his back already. But getting in good with the McMahons and Triple H is not a bad idea if that is your long-term goal.
Yeah. And I mean, the money in WWE is going to be easier for him. He doesn't have to, get brain injuries for the most part. He can avoid those. Listen, you think Conor McGregor is going to get hit by a chair in and out?
No, of course not.
I think his risk of, so you go into UFC, you're getting punched in the fucking face.
Yes.
In WWE, taking bumps over time and things like that can develop, brain damage or whatever. But in UFC, you can develop immediate brain damage within 3 seconds.
You can develop death. You could develop a case of death.
A lot of things real quick.
Incurable death. You could come down with a case of incurable fucking death very quick.
Yeah, so there's a big difference. How much, that's why Brock Lesnar is smart. A part-time guy makes millions of dollars, and he shows up once every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, until he goes and disgraces himself, but whatever. God, I'm still mad over that whole situation.
Why are you the only one that hates Brock Lesnar this much? The fans didn't react like you do.
Because fans are stupid, too tall. Because fans are stupid and I'm fucking smart. That's why. Stupid, not stupid. It's that simple. This should aggravate anybody who loves professional wrestling, man. It should aggravate the piss out of you. It should. It should, because if the right fucking lawyer gets a hold of this shit, it's the end of the industry. The things that piss me off the most are things that I see as potential threats to the industry. And this is a clear threat to the industry. Clear threat.
I don't know, Dave. I think you're getting a little too crazy.
Well, maybe. But hey, look, it won't be the first time. Certainly won't be the fucking last. Yeah. Have you not heard this show? I'm fucking nuts, dude. I can't stop looking at myself either. I've lost 30 pounds and my face looks really fuckable. Why are you burping? Look, you're not going to burp. You're not going to offer nothing else to the show and then burp randomly. Or apparently you are. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that. I apologize. If she stops cooking for me, guys, I'm fucked. I got to be nice to her. Drink that beer, dude. Get that beer.
It's empty.
It's empty. Go get another one.
No, I'm gonna go smoke.
No, don't go smoke. Go get another beer.
I don't want to go back.
You don't want to walk to the other room and get a beer. Then why didn't you bring 2 out here, man?
I don't know. I'm pretty stupid too, I guess.
Fair enough. What do you mean 2? I'm fucking smart. I just established how smart I was. Don't say 2 like I'm in your boat. She's gonna cut my dick off, folks. She is gonna cut my dick off.
Replace it with peppers.
You're gonna replace it with pepper? Well, that would be displeasant for you at some point.
I guess you have people on your side, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why people give a fuck about what Brock Lesnar did in the UFC and how that should affect WWE because it's not the same thing. So
it is the same thing when they're fucking. No. Yes, it is. Okay, no. So you're telling me that people who fucking get a traffic violation or beat their wife should not be fucking held accountable for their actions in the WWE? Is that what you're telling me?
Are you trying to put words in my mouth, Dave?
No, but you're saying if it didn't happen in WWE, then it shouldn't matter. That's
we're talking 2 different things right now. We're not talking fucking.
We are absolutely not. He violated a fucking law, man. He put performance enhancing drugs into his body, which is against the wellness policy. It's a violation of it. Doesn't matter if he's a fucking performer at the moment or if he's under contract to another entity. The reality is that fucking wellness policy should pertain to everybody. And the fact that they have the balls to say that it doesn't pertain to Brock Lesnar only is fucking reprehensible. The fucking people in the locker room should rebel against it. The people watching the product should have a problem with it. And I'll tell you who the happiest motherfuckers alive are. Everybody who has an ongoing litigation against the WWE currently. Because everything that they've been accused of, they've just proven to be right. They are ignoring medical fucking screens. What if Brock goes in there juiced up to the gills and drops a motherfucker on his head and breaks his neck? What if Brock Lesnar's heart, Brock Lesnar's innards, his body, his diverticulitis, his body cannot handle PEDs, man. What if he fucking dies and the WWE did nothing to prevent that type of fucking behavior? Are you insane? You've got to protect your workforce, both your current performers and future performers. No. Too tall, you're wrong on this one, man.
What are you talking about,
dude? 100% wrong, dude.
I'm not wrong at all, dude. I'm not wrong at all. Just because that's not going to happen. It's as simple as that.
Well, how do you know that none of that could happen? How do you know?
Because I know it's not going to happen. How do you know it is going to happen?
Let me ask you this. Mark Hunt framed it perfectly. He said, what if Brock Lesnar, one of those punches, would have killed me in the ring? Who would have told my wife? Mark Hunt didn't sign up to fight a guy.
What do you mean he would have told your wife? It would have been on fucking pay-per-view TV.
You know what? That's not what he meant. You know what
she would have been in the fucking stands.
But what would they have said to his fucking wife? Brock Lesnar cheated and gave himself an advantage that he shouldn't have fucking had within the fucking confines.
Yeah, but you sign up to fight in the UFC.
You don't sign up to fight a fuck. No, you do not sign to fight a fucking cheater. You do not sign up to fight a guy who's using PEDs. You don't. That's insane.
Roids or no roids, you can still die in the UFC from one fucking punch.
But there is a vast difference between dying in the ring from a guy who...
Oh, do you have the graphs to prove it, Dave? Do you have any fucking graphs?
I absolutely have fucking... I do have things that can prove this.
Are you the UFC fucking medical
I can
staff?
prove this. No. Here's what you don't seem to get. The punching power and all that's irrelevant. That doesn't mean anything. There is fucking... Listen, hold on. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Just listen to me. Let me get this word because you think I'm saying something that I'm not saying. So let me get the entire thing out. If somebody dies in the octagon and the other guy who killed him was not on steroids, there's nothing wrong. That is within the fucking confines of fucking sanctioned events. But if the guy tested positive for steroids, whether or not gave him an extra advantage or not, it's 100% irrelevant. If the guy was fucking like John Jones, even though it was only cocaine at the time, if it would have been something else and it was an out of fucking, and believe me, there are other different connotations to how this works. If it was out of competition testing and they allowed him to go into the fucking ring anyway, it's the end of the organization. It ends MMA. It ends it. That fucking day, it's over. You can't have it. It'll be torn to fucking pieces within the media, within political fucking venues. It's done.
So
that's
what
I'm talking
Brock
about.
Lesnar doing so PEDs or whatever it is, in the UFC have to do with WWE?
Because there's a wellness policy in place to protect its performers.
Full-time wellness policy.
Anybody. It's bullshit. This has never pertained to anybody else. This has never pertained to any other part-timer, Too Tall. I cannot believe that you're on the opposite side of this. I cannot fucking believe it.
What? What do you want me to say? I
want you to think with some logic and reasoning.
WWE is sports entertainment, Dave. Okay, so are you going to punish fucking Leonardo DiCaprio for doing PEDs before a movie?
That's ignorant. Oh my God, that's the most ignorant thing you've ever said.
What?
That's the most ignorant thing you've ever said.
No, bullshit.
If Leonardo DiCaprio gets into the ring and he fucking starts juicing up, he should be fucking held accountable just like anybody fucking else. Are you insane
so
right
it's
now?
It's in the WWE you're held accountable, but
under the WWE wellness policy, absolutely. There's fucking look. There are in acting, there are insurance companies that fucking pay off movie companies that if that actor, Colin Farrell has this in his clause because he's a druggie and a fucking nightmare. You never know when he's going to go off the fucking rails. They get paid if that actor can't perform. It's the exact same type of thing. Actors get fired for these type of things, man. Drug abuse, all kinds of shit. So absolutely, there should be a fucking set of rules that pertain to everybody that make sure that they do not fucking wreck themselves, especially in a dirty fucking industry like wrestling when we're coming off of a fucking period where 40-year-olds, Too Tall, were dying because their hearts were burning out because the steroids and all the other shit that they were putting in their body unchecked were killing them. How can you defend it? How can you defend it? You can't.
WWE should be punished for what other people are doing.
No, WWE should punish their fucking athletes the way they say that they're doing. And they're not doing it.
You know they're not doing that. What makes you think in the last 15 years the WWE gives a fuck about what you think and what other people think?
Stats have shown that for almost everybody else, they actually have been working the fucking wellness policy for most people.
For most people, but most people don't bring in the money, so it doesn't matter.
That is so backwards fucking thinking.
Fucking Rose didn't
That's
bring
why
in
I'm saying WWE's wrong. That's why I'm saying WWE's wrong. It should not be.
I don't think they're wrong at all. If you bring in the money, you fucking stay.
Oh, thank God you don't run an organization. Oh my God.
Because if I ran an organization, I would have a bunch of motherfuckers to bring in money to my fucking organization.
So you think it's right for, let's say, you and Philip McFilibuster over there where you work at, right? You guys are both able to sell.
His name is Tim.
You guys are both selling stuff, right? And there's a policy within Best Buy that said, or not wherever you work. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to out you there. Wherever you work, that states.
I work at H.H. Greg Day, you dick.
I'm sorry, I'm all hyped up. That state that you guys have to use. I work at fucking
Best Buy. Fuck that place. H.H. Greg.
You guys have to use your voices and use your hands to sell items. That's all you can use. But fucking McGregory fuckhead comes in. And he's a part-time guy. He comes in at the end of the fucking month because they know that he can bring in sales. It only really helps the company and McGregor. It doesn't help you at all. But he's able to use something that you can't fucking use. He can use visual displays to help his sales quota. Taking sales away from you directly. Now, you're okay with that. Because that's what this is. That's
if you're in it to win it, bro, I'm competitive as fuck. So if let's say I'm on the sales floor, I'm trying to win it by any means necessary. If I have to snipe your sale because you fucking suck, I'm taking that shit.
But they'll fire you for using.
No, they won't. They won't fire shit. I've been in situations. I've been a salesperson in an electronics store.
This is the exact situation that's happening in WWE. They're firing guys for doing the exact same thing that lesser shit than Brock Lesnar's done because nobody got caught on a USADA fucking test 3 different times. No, man, this is so I can't believe it.
I don't understand what you can't believe, dude.
Because look, there are so many ways that this doesn't work. It doesn't work from a personal standpoint in the back because you've just alienated your entire workforce. You've just told your entire workforce.
The entire workforce better get fucking on the level and start fucking winning.
Oh, that's insane.
That's insane.
Yes, it is because not everybody's going to bring in the money to Brock Lesnar.
It's insane to fucking win. All right, I guess I must have missed what fucking the world is.
No, you know exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What I mean.
Hold on, Dave. Let me go get my participation trophies and hand them the fuck out to the rest of the fucking WWE
roster. So everybody makes Brock
roster.
Lesnar money. Everybody makes Brock Lesnar money. That's what you're trying to. Everybody's capable.
If you want
of
to start making Brock
Lesnar
money, you better start doing better, bitch.
No, not everybody is capable to bring in Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
That's just
so
reality.
Brock Lesnar should be punished because the next person is not
No,
capable.
he should be punished because he broke a fucking violation under the wellness policy. That's why he should be punished.
What, USADA, who has nothing to do with WWE? Get out of here.
It doesn't matter. Oh my God. I'm gonna hang myself. I'm gonna kill myself on camera. I can't. I've never seen this. The only other person that I've seen ignore this much logic and reasoning is you, my wife. And once again, I pissed her.
And you're married to her.
Yeah,
so
I know. I actually have to deal
you
with
then.
her.
You agree to everything then.
Oh no. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Dude. I was trying to ease into a show, and you calling me, get me all hot. I'm sweaty now. Thanks a lot. Fuck,
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything except have an opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're that kind of show where I can't have an opinion, then I don't want to be
what?
here.
In this case, it might be that way. Actually, I like that you have an opinion because you got me to get all fucking heated.
You're the one that's sucking the cock of WWE.
No, I'm not. I'm sucking the cock of fucking truth, justice, and the American fucking way. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the American way. You live in Germany. You don't know what the American way is, Dave.
I fought for you, Too Tall. I bled for you. I'm on a couch fucked up for you. How dare you?
How dare I?
Dare you?
I'm not.
You know what?
How
I'm switching
dare I?
hats. I'm switching hats. Hold on. I'm taking off the Pokemon hat. I'm putting on my veteran's hat. Eat my dick. Hey, that's right. I'm pulling the veteran card for the first time in my life.
I don't know why this Ken guy is telling me to take a loss. I ain't taking no fucking loss. That's the American way, man. Fucker, I don't take losses.
Because everybody knows you're wrong here.
If you want to be an American, you don't admit to no fucking failure. Talk about taking a loss. Get out of here. Brock Lesnar don't admit no failure. He's America.
Fuck yeah. Oh, Too Tall. You got my blood flowing. You got my blood flowing.
I don't know if that's good or bad at this point.
I hope I don't have a fucking heart attack. I could. You never know. I'm fat as fuck. I'm still 320. I mean, I could die at any time, any fucking moment. It could be gone. And how would you feel if that was your fault? If you had to go to the
my
police,
question is, did you take steroids?
Unless cheeseburgers for 10 years counts, then no. Well, okay. Gun Cannon wants on for some reason.
Is Gun Cannon going to come on and admit that he's taking steroids?
I think he wants to come on and fight. I don't know.
All right, whatever.
Let's bring him in. Maybe he wants to fight. We're going to vote and we're going to fight. We're not going to vote. We're just going to fight. Gun Cannon, are you there? Nope, not yet. I'm trying to call you back, dickhead. Gun Cannon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you had something to say. Go ahead.
So, Too Tall, I just want to get this straight before I kind of read some information to you. You're okay with this whole...
Oh, you're going to read now? I'm American. I don't read.
Well, that's fantastic. Welcome to a minority.
Gun Cannon.
Whoa. I'm literally looking at the WWE wellness policy. And the policy, as it's amended from time to time, is applicable to, and binding upon all WWE talent under contract with WWE.
Okay.
Now,
no specification. None.
The amended from time to time, I kind of get where you're coming from, but it's applicable to anyone under contract with WWE. Is Brock Lesnar under contract with WWE? Yes or no?
Part-time.
It doesn't matter. Is he under contract?
But he still has a contract with WWE. Yes or no?
He's an independent contractor.
Oh, no. Not anymore. They got guaranteed contracts now, buddy. They're not independent contractors no more.
He's an independent contractor.
Which means he has signed an agreement with WWE, which means it's a contract. So he is applicable to the wellness policy. 100%.
Applicable?
Now, the amendment... Yeah, I used a big word, probably not the right one.
It was incorrect usage, but still funny.
Well, listen, English is my second language, so big words don't work on me.
Too Tall goes, applicable? That shit was great. Oh, my God.
But, no, it's if he has a contract, whether it's an independent contract or not, he's held liable for that wellness policy. Now,
why? Because Adam Rose got fired for the wellness? Oh, no. Well, he got fired for... Why? Because other people got suspended in 60, 90 days and all that stuff? Listen, it's not the same person.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Why should different people have different standards? There's something inherently wrong with that.
Because in any company that you work at, if you're the top fucking guy, you can get away with shit.
It should not be that way.
No, bullshit.
And it's not always that way. It's not always that way.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No, because there are guys who are CEOs of fucking multi-billion-dollar companies that get fucking sent to jail. White collar crimes happen all the time. So no, that's absolute fucking bullshit. That's anti-corporation fucking rhetoric at its fucking finest. While it does happen, it also happens in the fucking locker rooms of America.
I'm talking about within the company.
Any fucking thing, man. Fucking embezzling will get your ass fucking thrown out of almost any fucking place. Not everything is as dirty as you want to make it out to be. But this is, there are plenty of things that are, don't get me wrong, but this is straight and wrong. There's right and there's wrong. This is wrong on so many levels because it's dangerous to the athletes.
I don't think it's wrong at all.
Athletes.
Now that being said, like I said at the beginning of that thing, it can be amended from time to time. So they can amend it. They can change it for some reason. Now, they have to let the rest of the, talent know. So, and, right underneath that,
they did let him know. As soon as they said Brock Lesnar, you're wrestling, they let him know real quick. So I don't know what the problem here is.
So I don't think you have an argument. Hold on, Gun Cannon.
I don't think Gun Cannon has an argument here.
He's got an argument. It's just not the right one.
Well, no, I'm kind of getting to that.
Okay, go. Well, fucking get to the fucking. All right, stop with the rubbing on the clit. Fucking.
Where I'm going.
Put it in him. Stick it in him. Go ahead.
Now, those changes and everything, talent has to be notified of it 60 days in advance of the changes.
Oh.
When did we find out about Brock Lesnar's little needle in the butt thing?
Gun Cannon bringing the hot fire.
Let me ask you a better question. According to that thing, does it say anywhere that Brock Lesnar has to abide by that?
Yes, it does.
WWE made it pretty clear in their statement that no, he doesn't. So I'm confused in what. Oh, you're reading something that was fucking edited in 1997. Doesn't really do anything for me.
No, I'm actually reading it right off the webpage, and it says.
That's what I'm saying. The last time that fucking piece of shit article was updated. That thing, the last time that piece of crap was
wellness
updated.
policy is updated monthly, man. No,
Tuto, that's not an article. That's off of the corporate website.
Okay, off of the corporate WWE website, where nobody gives a fuck about. Brock Lesnar does not have to adhere by any rules because he's a part-timer, he's a huge fucking draw, and he stands to make WWE millions of fucking dollars. You have no argument. You're not going to win. You, Dave, can read all kinds of fucking legal documents. You're not going to win this fucking fight.
We already won. We won the argument.
In 2 weeks.
You've been bloodied. You've been put through tables. You've been put through. Like WWE's still wrong here. They're not right for this. They're wrong. That's all I'm saying. They're wrong. It's repugnant. That's what I'm saying. Whether or not they did it, we know they did it. Who fucking cares about that part? The part is, should it be allowed to be standing by the fucking people who work for them and by the people who purchase the product? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about freedom of fucking choice. What you are personally fucking morally okay with going on in your fucking life. What you watch, what you bring into your fucking television, what you bring into your home, what you talk about on your podcast.
And I choose to watch Brock Lesnar beat the fuck out of people.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I feel like I just fucked a yak. And like the yak's looking at me like, okay, that was nice, and I think you accomplished your goal, but why? That's what I feel like right now. I don't even. Okay.
Ow.
Fake ass twat thinks he has your number. He says Tutal's a bigger troll than me.
I'm not even fucking. I'm dead.
I don't think you're trolling.
Dave and I have had these conversations off the air.
No, I know you're not.
We've had arguments off the air. I'm not trolling shit. I'm fucking dead serious.
Carl Gibney just asked a question that I already know the answer to. Carl Gibney says, would Tutal commit fraud to win in the sales? It's the same as Brock Lesnar using PDs to win in UFC. So would you commit fraud to win sales?
What do you mean fraud?
Fraud. I mean, would you improperly advertise yourself to get
I'm sorry.
sale?
So when you put shit on the resume, what do you say? Yeah, I worked at a grocery store and I don't have any other skills.
I can honestly say I have never once fabricated anything on my goddamn resumes. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, can't say that I've done that either.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I guess you guys are just better people than me.
I don't want to say those words. I don't want to say those words.
I guess you guys are all just better than me because, you know.
Oh, this is the greatest thing that I've ever done in the history of my podcast.
I'm just okay. Listen, I'm not putting in like wrong things. Like if I say I have a skill and if I don't have a piece of paper that says that skill, I'm gonna put it on there. Like if I can video edit on Adobe fucking Premiere and edit thumbnails and Adobe Photoshop, but I don't have a fucking paper saying that I can do it, and if I can show a portfolio of what I can do, then I'm not fucking lying.
Well, I mean, you're still lying about the things that you can't do. I mean, that does come into, it could come into play. Now, I don't think that's exactly what he meant, what the question was being meaning. No. I'm not exactly sure how it can pertain to individual sales, but I know where he was going with it. It wasn't just very easy to put in there into your current occupation.
No, I think where he was going was if you know something about a product that you know is true.
There you go.
And it's it's a negative against the customer, what the customer is looking for, and you lie and say that it's not there, or you lie and say that it is helpful.
People don't get information about this product because the companies don't release it until some motherfucker figures it out in the back end somewhere and puts it on fucking Good Morning America.
Yeah, but you.
So I'm not talking about we're talking about Brock Lesnar, whether he's wrong to be doing what he did and still be wrestling, and I think you guys are wrong. I'm not talking about no fucking LED TV or some shit.
Regardless, look, making this about Too Tall, what he does in his practice in his personal life, I don't think is fair. I actually don't think it's fair. Because this is not even a conversation about Too Tall as far as what he practices. It's more about his moral...
Yeah, Scott Frame says I'm a cheater. Yeah, dude, I cheat all the time. All the time. I use misleading thumbnails. I use pictures of wrestling shows, but they're not actually the wrestling show that you're gonna click on. I cheat all the fucking time. I don't do anything on my fucking channel that pertains to you clicking on it and actually being what you fucking clicked on. No, I'm a cheater.
Too Tall, the evil Konami code.
You know how people in the fucking chat will take this places that it was not ever intended to be. No, all I'm saying is with the confines of this conversation, I feel like there are moral grounds and fucking other grounds that you got to sometimes weigh and decide which way it means more. And me personally, if I was working for WWE, it'd be unacceptable for me. I wouldn't be able to work for a company who did that. I just wouldn't.
Oh, okay. So
I wouldn't. I'd walk.
A lot of money? Gotcha.
It doesn't, you know what? Money doesn't rule my fucking life. And I think I'm a perfect goddamn proof of that.
Money rules the quality of life you can have.
Absolutely it does. But you know what? There are certain things that I will not fucking sell out for money. And morality is one of them. And what's right is wrong. And the protection of my brothers around me, the guys who do the exact same thing that I do, their fucking safety and my safety is paramount to me. I guess that's my soldier mentality coming back out, but that's just how I fucking think about things. Because it's wrong to put the people around you at fucking jeopardy. And whether you want to admit it or not, what Brock Lesnar's doing could potentially have an adverse effect to the people that he is in there with. Plain and simple.
And it's not just this. I don't think it's just a soldier mentality. It is a soldier mentality, but it's not just that, because that's honestly the same way that there are a lot of people that think that way. I know I am one of them.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck, Duncannon? Who gives a shit about you? You made your point. Now you're going over back to the top rope. Get out of here. Thanks, Duncannon. I appreciate the call. Oh, he's trying to make it about himself. No, but it's an interesting conversation. I even respect your line of thinking. The fact that you would go that way with it. I don't agree with it, but hey, you have every right to believe it.
Well, what you're saying is your beliefs are better than my beliefs?
No, my beliefs work for me. Is all, like I say with everything else in fucking life. My beliefs are what work for me, and your beliefs will work for you. Whatever you could sleep at night with, I ain't judging you for it. I just think you're wrong. It doesn't work for me personally.
If I'm wrong, then why isn't Brock Lesnar suspended right now?
Because WWE are a piece of shit fucking entity, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
I guess I'm not wrong at all then, huh?
No, you're not wrong as far as the outcome.
Whoa. Did you hear that, guys? He said I wasn't wrong.
No.
He just said it.
No.
He just said it.
Oh, God, you make me want to shove these peppers up my fucking nose. What are you doing, wife?
Nothing.
Are you okay? Oh, you're getting loud. You all right?
Yes.
How many beers is that? That's Quattro? And she just gave me the finger. She held a 4 and then went to a middle finger.
I still have nail polish on this.
She's getting drunk, folks.
I'm not.
So you're not? Are you sure? No. Danska? You want some Danska? Fuck, she won't drink. Damn.
I'm not drinking it.
I think on that note, I think it's time to wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half. I'm about done. I got no more fire left in me.
Because I won.
No, you lost gloriously. You lost as gloriously as that fucking theme song for Bobby Roode.
Because I won.
That thing's interesting, man. That theme song. I don't know if it's good or bad, but still, regardless of the situation, it was a damn good show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Too Tall, you got anything else for the kids out there to consume before we get out of here?
No, I'm just the winner and you lost. That's all.
Okay, well, that's inaccurate, but I'll let you fucking go out that way if it makes you feel good. Thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. First show back. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm going to go take a good rest now, though, I'll tell you that. And we'll see you a little bit later on. Maybe we'll do something tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a Pokemon stream tomorrow. Who knows? Still got to play Black and White. That might happen. Or maybe you won't see me until Monday after the Monday Night Raw for the review. We'll see. But whatever you guys do, make sure you check out Too Tall and everything he's doing over at XLT Podcast, including the live 3-hour spectacular that is the Raw live reaction show and so much else. Too Tall, thank you for joining me on this wonderful fight edition ending segment thing. I don't know where I'm going with that. And thanks for everybody else for calling in. I appreciate the calls, the questions, and everything else. Good show. We'll see you next time right here on Dead on Day Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends or a drunk wife. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious.